I choose to flip it to incentivize people taking feats because they're more character oriented
Hmm.
Hmm.
in fifth edition than mechanic oriented like in third or 3.5.
Right.
Also, did we ever agree on? Um, did you ever check out what fruit? Because you said give a spread of 5 things you would like.
Yeah. So I was looking at the ideas that you shot for me for yours. I've got to see. So did you pull from official or fan fruits from that, or did you just come up with the
Those were
ideas of
just
them?
stuff I would look. The poor fruit is obviously one, but I think that that is generally regarded as one of the most powerful fruits. So I can
Hmm.
understand giving that one up.
I'm
um,
I'm not. So that's the one that Okay, hold on.
that's the one that Pacifista and did.
Bartholomew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bartholomew.
Kuma.
Yeah,
Puma,
Kuma
Kuma.
Blue.
Yeah,
Puma,
that's right.
Puma. Yeah,
The
that's the one I
poor
thought it
fruit.
was. I mean, I'm not mad at that one if that's what you wanted to
No,
use. I just don't know how well, I say that, but I also don't know if that fruit is just realized I
I
don't know if
looked at.
that's
I'm not going to lie. I looked at some tier lists to make sure that I wasn't being unreasonable, and it's
hmm.
solidly up there on A or S tier in every list.
Yeah,
So,
it
and
may it's
that's beating out some of the Logia fruits.
yeah.
But
Um
yeah,
let's
anyway,
see.
yeah, I'd read so. Other than that, I think that it was just stuff that felt very fluffy to my character.
Yeah. The I'll
I
use the
like the
numbers
idea.
here.
I
The
really
number
like
of
the idea of the compass fruit or
oh
whatever. That's not a real fruit, I don't think. But
It's a Fanon fruit.
yeah. I was gonna say number 4 and is is good. I don't know anything about number 2 or number 5.
I think the only one that I've had, the only one that's an actual real one, is the poor fruit. So
Okay. We could look into it and I will get with you very soon and it could be assumed that you have it, but like you said, maybe you haven't eaten it yet.
okay. Also, a wild-shaped druid can swim, cannot swim.
If you are a druid or anything, but specifically for your example, if you're a druid and you wild shape into something that normally would have a swim speed,
Hmm.
and you go into the type of water that um would affect it according to the lore, you would not drown whilst um wild shaped, but you would not be able to swim because how it works is it saps all of your strength to be able to move.
Okay,
So
but
you would
so you'd
not
be able to breathe
drown.
under the water, but you wouldn't
Mhm.
drown. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I thought.
So out, out, but not down, but not out.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, but that still is technically like being a fish out of water now, isn't
True, but you're
Almost,
still
but
not gonna fucking die.
you're in water. The most important part about being a fish out of water is that you can't breathe.
Yes,
it?
being a yeah. So
So disabled.
versus being a human and underwater, stuck underwater, unable to swim or
Yep.
breathe, you're down and going to be out very quickly.
Very much
Presuming
true.
you have the constitution to hold your breath, or whatever
Mm.
saving would be for that. I don't fucking know.
All right.
Yeah. So at
All
least
right.
you're afforded the opportunity of someone to jump in who can jump in and swim to get you.
All right. So is as far as like at least the classes being on your sheet, so that your proficiency and hit points are appropriate. Is everybody at level 5?
I am
Yes.
at 5. I just haven't put or chosen anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I've given myself quite a task picking a feat. I apologize for this slowing down the game.
I'm at level 5 and still a little hurt.
Yeah. Oh well, you're not going to be here in a second. Let me do, because it's long past um when you guys have gotten back. Rest. Long rest. There we go.
Ooh, hit die.
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't. It automatically does it, so you don't have to. Why did it not heal everybody?
Flynn got a bit. Flynn got a bit more fucked up than everybody thought. Like,
Appar-
yeah.
Apparently. Let me try that again. Rest. Long rest. It's not taking the damage off for some reason.
Womp womp.
There it goes.
Yeah, I'm having to remove it manually. So, at the last session, last episode, you all had just defeated the pirates on the island, returning back to port with the appropriately required items and turning them in. The town itself is very happy, to the extent that they throw a little party for you. These pirates had been plaguing their area for some time, always coming in, always causing problems, always causing a ruckus. And you all are kind of seen as heroes, and the party is going on. Um, you all celebrate. You're rewarded. The dock master and the shipwright master um, agree to, you know, reward you as the town is kind of pitched in, knowing that some of you are wanting to leave, go see things out on the sea.
Hmm.
You stay for a few weeks, generally relaxing as heavy work is being done in the dry dock to your boat and some other um, bits of the wreckage from where you were able to bring back supplies. And eventually, at the end of those weeks, you are provided with a ship. Um, you all get to see it at the same time. Coming to the dock, you realize the ship has no name. And if you are all to travel together, you, as a group, don't have a name. Are you going to work for the Marines as the I'll turn token lock off. You guys can walk around if you want, doesn't matter. As the mayor of the town um wants to, offer you a position. You did so well. Um are you going to be bounty hunters? There are plenty of bounties for the pirates that are out. Or are you going to go your own path and snub your nose to either of those options? And if you do, what kind of flag will you be sailing? You're all kind of realizing this at the same time as you're slowly boarding this ship coming up on deck. Some of the dock workers are still moving around, bringing supplies in, putting them here and there.
So we're realizing that the ship does not have a flag to represent us,
Correct.
We're nobodies.
correct? Yeah, we're nobodies.
There's no flag for your ship, regardless of position on the sea. There's no name for the boat. more importantly, who's in charge of it, if anybody?
Hmm. I was waiting for it.
Mhm.
There was no contest on Nibbles being the captain.
Like
Mm.
no one argues with this being the fact of yeah. No, I think I'm totally okay with the cat, being captain in this scenario. I know I
Yeah,
was going to take
was thinking
quartermaster
that.
probably, cuz I was very concerned with the loss of coin potentially. So,
Mhm.
like, you want to do what with what? No. Um Okay. I think we had kind of briefly discussed this a little bit, like who wanted to kind of take up what as far as like names for the ship. I'm doing a little bit of research right now. Um, some of them are kind of cute, like Victory Hunter, or these are like the new Witch's Tongue. Like what? I'm not really
I,
sure. I'm
I,
familiar with that ship in One Piece.
I kind of dig that name though.
Hmm.
Whitebeard's was named Moby Dick.
Hmm.
Queen Mama's Cantor, Polar Tang, Thousand Sunny, obviously.
I mean, I don't know how far we want to lean into coffee, but we could be the Espresso Express.
Yeah.
Caramel macchiato.
That's
Just call it the macchiato. We're on the
the
macchiato. Yeah,
the
the
I
coffee
mean,
just
this
thing.
is the
FYI,
smaller of the ships we're gonna get.
Hmm.
if we call it the macchiato, you realize that means stained, right?
Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like, is that a negative connotation for stained, or are we talking about like staining wood
No,
stained?
everybody loves macchiato. Well, it's because a macchiato is basically like an espresso with just a little bit of milk,
Hmm.
just to change the color a bit. So
Ah,
it basically means marked, kind of sort of.
okay.
But yeah, it does
High
imply
mark.
an imperfection, like just a mild impurity,
Well, I mean,
which kind of works for us.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we are only on the mild side of piracy.
Yeah, we're just a little bit
Yeah.
milky.
Just a
We're
skosh.
Just a little to get our feet wet.
Yeah,
Badooms.
it's mostly bite, but a little light.
Hmm.
I think that works.
Hmm.
So, so are we in fact pirates though? Is the question to be begged.
I
Um,
think that's for the authorities to decide.
are we anti-authority? Do we work with the Navy or not?
I mean, I'm anti stuffy nobles, which we
Yeah,
have.
yeah, me too for sure.
So we're
Uh,
anti-bourgeoisie. All right, like unanimously across the
yes.
board.
Mhm.
I
Like,
was contemplating naming the ship 16 tons, but that's a whole. We're
Yeah,
past that now. Uh,
oh Lord.
It just reminded you all could be having this conversation below
At
decks or as you
sea.
yeah.
explore. Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
you do have a functional table that you could all
is
sit around.
Where's my token? Wait, that's not how you
Um,
move. That's how you move. Oh,
mm. Oh, Vex, I just saw you sent me messages about feats. I ended up picking spell sniper.
oh, okay. Noise.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good
I
one.
don't plan on getting close to anything, but I have to pick. Actually, I need to maybe interrupt real quick. It wants me to pick a cantrip uh from
Mhm.
another class, and I don't recall
So
specifically how to do
you
that.
are an intelligence-based caster, so you should probably pick a cantrip from wizard. Or if you don't want to do that, because or yeah,
Yeah, no,
artificer
I can pick from
overlaps.
the other ones, but I have to work with a different stat. I probably will go
Right.
wizard. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna
I just
say if you choose
mechanically
one of
with
the
the
other
app.
ones, your wisdom is not bad, so you could pick from druid or cleric,
Mm,
and it would use those stats to if you wanted to branch away from your normal.
No, I'm happy to pick because wizard I'm sure has some sort of like it has to it has a requirement that it has an attack roll. This spell that I have to choose, this
Mhm.
cantrip.
Wizard has a
So
lot of options for
yeah.
that.
But I'm asking more specifically, how do I mechanically do it through the application?
So to add it,
Mm.
you go to your actions tab of your character sheet,
Yep.
and then you open up the spells like subfolder, the thing that's on the far right of the whole program. You
Yep.
open up spells, and you choose source wizard level 0.
Cool. Wizard's going to be all the way at the bottom, unless there's some sort of zizard out there.
And
Wizard optional,
once you
wizard
find the
level
spell you want, you're going to drag the spell onto your actions tab where it says spell slots, and it'll sort it automatically to where it's supposed to go.
Cool. And it functions well, it's a cantrip, so I guess it doesn't require anything. There's no limitation on castings per day and all that. And all the other stats about it should be automatically calculated by the application, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Huh, that's funny. There's actually a brand of coffee that's called the Jolly Roger Coffee Company.
Yeah.
That's
Familiar.
awesome. What do they have a flag?
It's just your typical skull and crossbones, nothing
Oh.
fancy.
Mm.
I'm looking.
I just got an idea for the Jolly Roger.
I'm all ears.
Mm-hmm.
So since Nibbles is the captain, as we have all agreed, we should have a
Like a
cat.
cat skull and crossbones?
Oh.
Yes.
That guaranteed that exists. Somebody Google image.
I immediately found like 20. So
Yeah.
phenomenal.
That's a
Oh.
fantastic idea. I
Okay.
love the fact that Nibbles is the captain.
Well, it's the way
He'll
I'm
steal
seeing
your
this
hat.
is our ship is less traditional and less traditional business and more co-op, where we're all
Mhm.
kind of taking turns as needed to fill
Mhm.
the roles where we can be strongest in that moment.
You would have to discuss that with Nibbles, I think. But...
Say,
Yeah, that's what I'm anticipating.
That conversation's gonna be absolutely phenomenal.
The cat.
It
Really?
does have to have me
Yes.
standing by to translate, and I can just do whatever the fuck I want.
I like that.
I can picture Ray being the translator, and then
Yes.
me there as the enforcer with the club in my hands, just patting my hand with the club. It's like, yeah, piss him off if you want to.
There will be consequences, and you will be fucking around and finding out.
The captain says, "Kill the messenger."
Oh,
getting rid of all of the walls that are in here
Uh-huh.
because they're not functioning properly.
I noticed some of it was a little bit difficult to navigate on the
Yeah,
top.
it was
deck.
auto generated by the program used to make the map.
Gotcha.
I didn't
Right.
put them in.
Yay!
Some of them make sense, but also at the same time, I think maybe not initially, but at some point, we should know our ship well enough to know exactly where what is.
Yeah. Like you guys
Running
don't
around.
need the walls to be on here. I didn't think it was going to put walls. I thought it was just importing lights. So
Gotcha.
don't plan to put walls on here.
Cool.
Nice.
okay. I put 4 separate two very One Piece themed, two not One Piece themed cat and crossbones combos. Do you guys like any of these? I figure you could just upvote the ones
I
you
like
like and then
I like the
I
one
like the more
piecey looking
playful
ones.
one.
okay.
I like the second
The
one.
live
I
cat
think.
looking more than the skull cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it's got crossed fish bones. That's amazing.
No, no, scroll up further. Scroll up further.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. I see
Oh,
those
oh,
two.
I see.
I
Yeah.
would like it. I would like it if instead of human teeth, it had little cat teethies. But
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about the
like
the
One
second
Piecey
one
teeth
there?
instead. Yeah, yeah.
Oh right.
The second one is super One Piece appropriate for
Honestly,
flags.
both of those first ones would be
Yeah.
One Piece appropriate.
Yes, yes.
Was used by proxy, or I've seen it somewhere before.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but doesn't matter. I feel like the second was really great though.
I do like the fish bones.
Uh-oh, my internet is having a time. Everybody is garbled.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, I've just noticed something
The angry one.
interesting. So we're all level 5.
Mhm.
I just added Firebolt from the wizard list,
Mhm.
which does 1d10 fire damage, and it increases by 1d10 damage when you reach level 5, but it is not displaying it on my.
No, you have to increase it won't update that. So if you have cantrips that do damage, everybody that's you need to go in, and the way you edit this is you expand the spell out with the
Macchiato.
magnifying glass, and then you click the magnifying glass beside the damage, and then whatever damage type it is, grab another die from the bottom of your screen and drop it on top of the die that's in the damage, and it will
Gotcha.
update it. That's one thing that it doesn't update on its own.
Okay.
Does it
I'm guessing level
matter
5?
which die, or
No, it
Yes,
does.
you have to
Same die.
grab the correct die. So like if you've got for you, Vicious Mockery is a D4, you have to drag a D4 in.
gotcha?
And make sure you drop it onto the other one.
Gotcha. Would I have to do that for all my spell?
Just
Or
just
is this
cantrips.
specifically in
Cantrip.
trip? Okay.
Oh, just
Yeah, it's
cantrips.
So
Okay.
it's just cantrips that
before,
increase that way.
and I just drag the dice into it.
So did you expand the spell out and then click the magnifying glass beside the damage?
Oh, I did not do that. Okay, I see
Yep.
that. And then I
Okay.
see.
That's pretty straightforward, unless you've got a lot of cantrips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only have to update it like once every
Oh,
5
gotcha.
5 or
So
6
drag the
levels.
dice out, and it
Got it.
creates a new instance of it.
No.
I'll step by step it real quick.
Okay,
You
so I've got the
you go
spell
into
ability
spells.
damage page open.
Right. You
Mhm.
click on the little magnifying glass next to where the damage is.
I've done
And
that.
it should-
I've got that popped up.
Okay, and it'll show like a die and then like a box, a box, a box,
Mult
and then
X
yeah,
stats.
yeah. That die space, you drag the dice to that and drop it
Oh, I drag a dice from the bottom, one of
from the
my
bottom.
teal dice,
Mhm.
into that.
Yeah, and you
Right?
got to drop it right on. Perfect.
Ah, got it. Okay, so now
Easy.
it's got 2 little dice in that box.
Yep. Yeah, I
Cantrips
like how
don't
it displays
Do
it.
cantrips count as slots for
No.
preparation?
No.
No.
No, your
does everyone
cantrips are
get
prepared
the-
all the time.
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to dedicate
Cool.
anything for
All
it.
right.
All right. So you all are out at sea.
Ooh.
Kind of just talking. Everybody should be able to see where to go now. I got rid of all the walls. Where is the world map? Let's see. So on the world map, if you want to have that pinned to one of your hotbars at the bottom, it makes it easier. Just gonna pop it up real quick for everybody to see. You are right here.
Right.
Oh, that's fancy.
So,
So we're in the East Blue. Ah, this
yeah,
broad.
you're
Yeah, got it.
What is that
yeah.
circled area? Is that relevant to us?
Which circled area?
Oh,
The northeast of
Ah, oh, over
wherever.
there. Yeah,
Orange
yeah,
one.
Where is the Grand
no.
Line here?
yeah.
The
South.
Grand line. Yeah,
I'm
it's south.
imagining in the
You
middle.
gotta zoom out a bit, but it's there.
Right.
This
Oh,
all
I
of this
see.
area in the center is the Grand Line.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
That
Um,
circled area is relevant to us, or ignore?
no. So you all, where is, I want grid snap off. There we go. So of these islands that are over here, if you zoom in, you see how on this one, let me go from this angle.
Is this
There's a big island and a tiny island. The tiny island is where you fought the pirates.
right?
And the big island is the island that you're on right here. And so you
Right,
are now
south.
getting ready to leave. You you need certain things to be able to traverse the One Piece world. It's not just navigation. You have to have log poses. So you all have one. And it's the log pose that's going to lead you to Logtown. So you have to make your way there.
Right.
Right
Log
now,
town south. Got it.
it's to the south. So your first one, it's gonna take you to here first,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there, it's gonna lead you down south.
Right.
But you're all at sea, and you're currently heading in that direction, and you're able to have a conversation. I think everybody is good now, right? 1, 2, 3, 2. I don't know where.
I think I have to pick some second level spells, actually.
Yeah, I have to pick some
Uh,
spells as well.
Other
Um,
than spells,
and
though. Other than spells,
Yeah.
spells are okay to pick
You
later.
can do those on the go.
also, while we are around the table,
Mhm.
you guys might notice Ray pulling out like this really weird looking fruit and just eating it.
Yum yum yum.
Did you
But
have that
don't
on
worry
you?
about it. Don't worry about it.
Hang on, where did the fruit come from?
Remember,
So
we
the
got a
chip,
box of
In the
fruits.
time skip.
yeah, you got the
Okay, yeah,
the
time skip.
box of fruits and other treasures that were divvied up between all of you. If you didn't get a
Plus,
fruit,
there was a time skip, wasn't there?
yeah, about
Like
about 4 to 6 weeks.
couple
Yes.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you didn't want to take a devil fruit, by the way, I'm going to get with you individually to figure out what treasures or things you wanted if I haven't already. But otherwise, I'll leave that up to you all to reveal if you chose one or not. You see Ray munching on this fruit. Ray, I'm gonna after the first bite tastes awful. It's bad.
Mhm.
But you eat
Only
it.
takes one.
If you take any more bites, it is disgusting. It
Mhm.
is it is
Vile.
well worse than a durian fruit. It is bad.
Durian fruit is
I-
delicious. It just
Durian
smells
fruit's
bad.
delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's durian fruit that tastes like it smells.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I
Continue
think
eating it.
that's
Very
yeah.
apt.
Continue eating it. But yeah, you're all on your way. Um, so you can discuss what you want to do appropriately, and I'll adjust wherever you guys are wanting to go. You know that you have to go to Logtown, otherwise you will not be able to sail the seas. The way the way this world works, um, it's impossible. It's very extremely difficult in the Four Blues, and it's impossible in the Grand Line. You cannot sail in the Grand Line without log poses.
Should I go ahead and update my unarmed strike because it does say 1d6 now at level 5?
Yeah, so same kind of thing, except when you go in to update it, you're gonna right click the die and it's gonna say clear dice and then drag the correct one in.
Okay, perfect.
And then you also can do the same thing for your club and your dart because all monk weapons do the same damage as your unarmed strike.
Nice.
So what's your plan, my pirates?
Hmm.
Well, we do have to follow this log post, don't we?
Yeah. So we just start sailing south.
I feel like that's for the best. And then, oops. And then Flynn breaks out the fruit that he wound up picking up, dusts it off a little bit, and then takes his first bite. And you just hear him audibly go,
Oh God.
Ugh.
"This is so gross."
I regret everything about this decision.
You probably regret him making this decision. It's not pleasant.
And then I just go, maybe the next bite is better. And he
Nope.
takes the second bite.
It is not. It
It
is
was
worse.
not.
But it's never
It
better.
was not.
Still,
I laugh as I watch him eat the fruit. It the look of revulsion on his face just looked so genuine and amusing.
Do all devil fruits
Knowing
taste like
what
shit?
he's
Yes.
all of them. There's
Unilaterally
no good
across the
tasting.
board.
Yes, it might have been a delicious fruit once upon a time, but the moment it becomes a devil fruit, it is vile tasting. And
Mhm.
some people eat theirs by accident because the fruit literally just turns
Oh, so
into
this
a
was
devil
an
fruit.
apple 5 minutes ago. Now it
Yeah,
is not.
100% can work like that. A fruit,
Mhm.
like a banana on a banana stand, will 100%
Even the
sometimes just
sugar
turn
fruit.
into a devil fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Green.
they're all bad.
I
I
love
would
They
that.
look
imagine.
great.
I'd imagine that the sugar fruit is disgusting in the fact that it is so cloyingly sweet that you can't
Mm.
enjoy it.
Yeah, something like that would definitely be the
Yeah.
case.
So
Like
then
being smacked by a
Flynn
caramel hammer.
the fruit and then
It's like
goes,
eating diabetes, and not the good kind.
if Flynn finishes his fruit, he's just like, you know what?
Nope. Just
I'll
That
never do
wasn't
this
worth it.
again. I'll never in my life do this
That's
again.
probably why they're disgusting, so you don't do it again.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, probably. Well, you just see
Safety
a
feature.
you just see a whisker pop up off of his face.
I'm gonna eat mine if I haven't already in the privacy.
Oh yeah, you can.
After I
Any
kind of compare it to my notes late
Yeah.
at some point.
You can also take note of the fruits that we're eating. Sketch them or something. You're a bard. You're clever.
Some off meta, I did notice that it didn't update my bardic inspiration to a D8
Okay.
for
Yeah.
level 5.
So the way that works for your bardic inspiration, is the same thing. You click the magnifying glass,
Uh-huh.
and then in that description where it says bardic inspiration
Type D8
D6,
instead of
yeah,
D6. Got it.
yeah,
Okay.
because that one functions like a program code instead of
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
roll.
Okay. Enter. Oh, and close. All right, fixed.
So you're all on your way then to the next island and then Logtown. So we're going to have you all make some sailing rolls to represent your time traveling from this area to the next island.
makes sense.
Um, so there's different things that you can do. Not everybody has to put in on the sailing rolls. Normal calm sea normal wind sailing is going to require a sort of if you either a survival roll or a water vehicles roll.
Right.
For the ship that you have, for its size, it requires 2 people minimum to help work the rigging. Um, that requires either water vehicles, survival, or athletics. Beyond that, there are other things that you can do. Cooking, for instance, if somebody wants to be cooking, uh, cooking uh, nutritious or tasty meals provide some bonuses here and there to those roles because people are in better moods, they're better fed.
Oh, it's like an assist roll.
I'm guessing
Right.
I'd make a star map roll.
So then there's the navigation role. So you doing navigation would do a star map roll. That's going to be you reading the log poses and referencing them to the stars to figure out where you are and where you need to go. So the first roll is that one. So you make the star map roll first. The DC, really simple here. You're looking to beat a 12.
Well, considering I have plus 11.
hmm
That should
Just need
be.
to roll a 1.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
We
Beautiful.
know precisely where we are and where we need
Yeah.
to
I know
go.
exactly how the scale of the map is just slightly off
Yeah.
compared with our actual location.
So next is Grace or whoever's piloting making the water vehicles roll. Because that beat the DC for the star map, you get advantage on this roll.
Okay.
So
I will take that. So the +2 or just advantage?
just advantage.
Okay. And then I need to roll.
Fantastic. 19. Again, looking to beat a 12. You made it well over. So you're going to get there. So now, with those that are doing the rigging, each of you are going to make a single roll. Between the two of you, you're looking to beat a cumulative 20. And if you do, by every 5 points above that, it reduces the time that it takes you to get to the location.
Okay.
Gotcha. You said performances,
So
cheering the
performance,
mood.
yeah, increasing the mood. So for food, sorry, don't do the rigging rolls yet. If anybody's cooking, you can make the cooking roll. You can only choose one roll to make per
Per person.
requirement. Yeah, per
Per
person.
requirement. Yeah. If
So
I
somebody
can't
can
do two
cook,
things, I can't play
What kind
a
of
jaunty tune whilst doing rigging.
Oh, for
right?
those.
wait, what skill is the cooking roll? Is it like
So
a cooking craft? That's survival.
so it's a survival, or um, there are other roles like if you have um,
Like a
proficiency
profession roll or
in,
something.
yeah, profession, things like that. But if you don't have that, then it's survival to cook. Um, DC is 12 again. Um, same thing for performance. So if you make the cooking roll, that will provide a benefit to the people doing the rigging.
Uh,
And
I don't think Giuseppe's actually good at cooking. He can make the coffee, but I don't have any skills that help with that.
I just cooking.
Unless I can use Arcana.
no, I don't think so.
Ooh,
Wait,
15.
survival 15 beats the 12. So
Nice.
there's 3 people left, 2 of which have to do rigging. For those doing the rigging rolls, you get with the cooking 15. You get a +2 to your rigging roll, and then for performance, traveling through, if you're performing, um, the DC is the same, DC 12, and if you make that roll, you can provide once you reach your destination temporary hit points.
Oof.
Ooh, 6.
Simon
Little
just sitting off
rusty.
the whole time.
You're not used to playing maybe on the water.
Moving, yeah.
Got to get used to it. Definitely no temp hit points. But for the two that are left, if each of you can make either um, athletics, survival, or water vehicles. Um, the only way that there's a negative with these rolls, like if you rolled, would be if you rolled poorly to the extent of 10 less than the DC, which is a cumulative 20 between the two of you. Right there's
And
a 25 automatically. So a
Simon,
total
did you
of
have a good
32.
survival? What is this?
Yeah.
So
Uh,
that's 12 over. So that's 2 bits
it's just,
of
yeah, so it's
yeah.
+5 and then another +5. So that's going to cut 2 days off your travel time. So you have 2 days additional supplies than you would have had otherwise. Um,
Mhm.
so that is something that you don't have to contend with. And as you are pulling in, you can see from a ways off this island. It's a small island town. There's kind of a large hill right in the center. Um, the island itself is pretty much big enough for the town and then a couple additional square miles. Um, pulling in, there are 2 docks, neither of which have boats. Um, at least
What are the
not of your
differences?
size. There are some small fishing boats, but that's about it.
Is there a
But
difference
this,
between the docks?
um, as far as your ship fitting, no, but one is a longer dock. Um, your ship could fit in either, though.
Maybe we take the smaller dock just in case some like noble comes along and starts a big kerfuffle.
yeah,
Part of the world, doubt, but fine. Stay out of the way. Stay small.
Mm.
stay
Let's try
ambiguous.
and yes.
Yeah,
All right.
not start a fight.
Let's start a fight. Grace, would you like to make a roll to pull you into port?
Would that be a water vehicle roll or
Yes.
a? Okay.
Nice. Bringing in, you pull into port, getting stopped, tied off, and moored up so that your ship is good. As you pull it in, you can see one man walking down the dock, heading your direction. Oh, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello?
I haven't seen you before. What brings you? Passing through?
The
Yes.
ship bring us.
Yeah,
Making my way downtown.
yes, yes. You, how, do you, are you merchant? You carrying supplies?
That
Um,
depends.
We've-
Do we have a
Why
general
do you ask?
spokesperson for the party in these situations, or do we just all just?
I
I
don't
would say
know.
I'm
probably
happy to just start randomly
the
talking.
bard or captain.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. I see a person. I want to know what his situation is. What his uh the town circumstances are. I'm gonna greet him and say, yeah, we might have supplies. Why do you ask?
Uh, well, we've not had any ships come in for quite some time. Some of our supplies that we usually get from from outside have been hard to come by, and we're running low on things like medicine. We would purchase them from you if you had them. Maybe uh, other things as well.
I'm gonna look over at the group in general, but more towards Flynn and Grace.
As a quartermaster, would I know how much general medicine? Because for the most part, we've been using magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would. Your ship was stocked with um, enough supplies, but pretty much the bare minimum for what you need. Enough food to get from that island to this one.
Point
Your
A to point Z and B, not.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
We
did
wouldn't have any
save
kind of
two
like
days
herbs
of
or drugs.
supplies. I think we can at least part with
How do you feel
Do they
about
need supplies?
coffee?
that.
coffee. We have not had coffee in some time. That ran
My
out
ears
on
perk up.
the third week. It's
Boy, do
been
we have a deal for you.
You
it's
don't have
been
a coffee.
no we've been out for 43 weeks.
That's a
Jesus fuck,
disaster.
man.
The Macchiato Pirates, a traveling band of pirates delivering coffee to every island they come across. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Where does he grow it? We don't know. It just
yeah.
I can smell it roasting every day. That's
Every
Oh,
10 kilos comes with the Communist Manifesto.
side note, I
I don't
did
know about
like
that.
tweak the one flag. The conductor wished it had the little, teethies.
Ah,
So,
yeah.
will that work?
I like it.
Yes, that's
Okay.
excellent. I love that.
oh,
Nice.
that's fantastic.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah, beautiful.
I'm
Plus,
gonna
plus.
grab that so I can upload it into the game.
Fantastic.
I won't
Well,
lie, the fish bones.
The
I'm
fishbone's
working
pretty
on it.
rad.
I'm only using MS Paint, so hold on.
No,
But
that one just
Super rad.
above, I'm really fucking digging.
Yeah.
so while you guys are doing that, Flynn's gonna come and he's gonna ask, wait, you said that you guys were out of medicine as well. And you
Oh
said that
yes, we've been using poultices and ground herbs, and honestly, we don't know that they're working. I don't think basil does very much for infections.
Ah, don't you worry, the coffee fix you up. Coffee fix everything.
Yes.
but
Yes.
Real quick, am I able to brew coffee with some sort of potion like effects using my arcane knowledge?
So I think at some point your character class has the ability to create things like potions and stuff. When you
Are
get to
the
that
like
point,
infusions and such?
yeah, when you get to the point where you can make things that are potions, you can absolutely,
You can infuse the
yeah, you can
grounds.
describe it as being like an espresso shot or whatever.
Right, right.
Um,
I'll scroll through my class just to
Find
see
out
what
when
I
that
can make.
is.
Just casually.
I think I'm gonna look towards Grace and be like, we can give these guys like a day's worth of food, right, before we go ahead and set back on sale, and at least try to figure out what's causing them to get infected.
Yeah, we could afford at least 2 days pretty safely.
Yeah,
Just because we
they've
have.
managed like 40 something days without. I think
Mhm.
with good rationing, they can continue using their poultices and the medicine, the 2 days worth of medicine for us.
Yeah.
They can use in like emergency case scenarios. Like I
Yep.
said, we can
And
at
we
least
can
afford
continue.
2 days.
Yeah, we can afford 2 days and supplement our diet with, fish from the sea as well as like
Yeah.
other like sea creatures.
mhm. And
And
that's it. So other things that you can do at sea are, if you want to fish, survival roles, as many, each of you could do that. As many people as you want could do that, per day. That's not like a limited thing. That's not a journey roll. So getting extra supplies that way is super useful.
Hmm.
Um, there's I'll have to find the old list. There's a long list of things that you can do that can provide certain bonuses. Um, so we'll purchase them from you. Of course, we have some things to trade. We could.
Yeah, what do you have an excess of? Like what kind of goods do you generally export here?
Uh, Usually it's things like fish and kelp and seaweed and things like that. We grow some things, but they've been dying off recently and caused some of the the shortages. Yes, yes. The water in parts of the island has gone bad. And it
That's
was not fruitful to use in irrigation.
that's disconcerting. What's caused it to go bad?
I don't know exactly. The plants that we water with it died, and any who drank from it got severely sick. We could see it, and it looked odd, but if we didn't realize it was bad at first.
Hmm.
Do you have a known clean source at least currently?
Not exactly. No, it's been another bit of trouble. We have been having to boil the seawater, which takes much time to get it to where we
Right.
can drink it, which has also put a strain on our ability, our firewood.
Mm-hmm. And if you're having troubles with plants growing, vicious cycle. Yikes.
Yes, and and the the government has done nothing. We've sent
Of
the
course it has.
seagulls out and asked for aid, and there have been no supplies. In fact, uh, uh, because of the request for assistance and the additional work that was listed as uh, causing our taxes for this year have gone up.
Wait, hang on. So you've put in a request for help. They've provided no help, and because you requested help, they're increasing your fucking taxes.
Yes, yes. We're
Ew.
supposed to give them additional food, but most of what we have, they if we were to give it to them, we would be left with nothing.
Flynn's gonna lean over to Simon. This is a load of barnacles.
Ew, this
But,
is
but please come in. First travelers in a long time. Go to our tavern and sit. We'll celebrate your arrival. Go sit. I'll go tell I'll go tell the elders, and I'm sure they'll meet you there.
Thank you.
all right. We'll take that offer. We'll hang out at the bar and discuss amongst ourselves real quick. This is just, even for my senses, this seems either incredibly typical government or outrageously on the nose.
I feel like it's typical government stuff. Like
Typical government.
don't don't forget where we just came from and how. Speaking of which, did that lady pay us?
A copious amount of money, yes, for the 3 bounties.
Yes, yes, you
we
guys
have
got
that.
paid.
Okay, it's in our treasure chest. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
Is that marked on just like somewhere, or
So
is
if
that
you
just
go to
in
your
Grace's?
if you go to the no, if you go to the party sheet, the party sheet shows your group um like ledger of all
Ah, right,
items.
right.
By the way, if anybody wants anything that's in the parcel items, I would suggest going ahead and taking it to your personal inventory. As soon as you're ready, I'm and nobody wants anything else, I'm going to sell those items so that the money is added to your list there.
The
Doesn't
parcel
that
list just has result
money
trinket
seem a
table.
little light there, dear?
I was gonna say that's what I was saying. Like, did she pay us? Because we had 1,500 from what they left.
So, part of it is going to be expenses for the supplies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
yeah, all the food, everything to get your ship up and ready to go for its first maiden voyage.
Robbery.
Um, yeah.
I
Eventually, I will show you. Like, I'll have a supply list so you know. I don't want to make it that crunchy. So I've just been kind of like, you
I
need
appreciate
supplies.
that
This is
so
about what you
much.
need. Let's just remove that from the money that you would have had, and so that way, what you have is literally yours. And if you
Do you
guys
feel
decide you want
like
to spend money,
1,500 from 50,000 is an appropriate amount remaining?
no, no, no. Oh, that no. I think this is just what was on the people.
Okay.
What's I don't think that this wasn't her payment. But if nobody wants anything, I'm gonna sell those.
I'm
No, I
taking the
can.
glass orb with the little
Okay.
clockwork goldfish in it.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll
cute.
drag that. I don't. Did you
Where's
grab it
the sorry,
already?
where's the treasure
Yeah, I
list?
grabbed it already.
I thought I grabbed a scimitar.
There was just.
where is treasure list?
It looks like you did,
That was in
Jillian.
parcels, right?
It was in. Yeah. Party sheet, parcel stuff. I just sold it off, but if, there was a chest, a long sword, a couple scimitars, a rapier, and a leather armor was what was left that I could see.
Okay.
Mhm.
So nothing magical.
Nothing magical, no.
Okay.
All the
I do
magical
like
stuff was you
I
guys
do like
finding
a
the devil
clockwork
fruits.
goldfish. Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So this is supposed to be 1, 6, 5,
Ancient
6.
elven arrow. That sounds like
Get rid of that, and then
It,
I'll divvy this up to everybody, so you all.
it mostly looks like trinkety garbage, but like,
yeah.
you know, nice trinkety garbage. I went and grabbed the little goldfish in the glass orb.
Slowly, he's got his coffee roastery over here. This is his apiary and or zoo. Over here, this is the forge. Just, it's gonna get wild in that part of the boat. That's all I gotta say.
Mhm.
Which makes
I
sense,
like
because Frankie's
I like
room
the
is really
knickknacks.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to this
Knickknack.
fucking village. Is there a reason that this is intentional? Can we